In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. Let's pour out a 40 for Shankle. So, Chitlin pointed this out in the post-recording, but my only two deaths in this LP so far are Vestals. It's like
the one class he cannot live without.
It's like the game's trying to tell me a message or something. And I'm just so frustrated that I'm gonna send a leper to get flayed. Wonderful.
I mean, would he even really feel that?
I must be punished with pain. I said I must be punished with pain. Are you even doing anything back there?
Why haven't you started the whipping?
Like, we laugh about sending the leper to the brothel, but it's kind of just as funny if you send him to the fucking oh, what did they call? Oh, no, it's the Actus Flagellation. I don't know what the actual service is called.
It's called the Penance Hall?
Isn't the hang on, I was like, I actually got a wiki this. 1 second.
I mean, I really just want you to go back and click on the Abbey so I can know for sure.
No, that's not right. I'm just gonna fucking Google the wiki while I figure out what I want to prepare for. And the rewards are still not great. Like, I don't like any of the rewards I'm seeing on this listing.
But there's a boss fight.
Yeah, and the boss fight gives me an accessory I already have, so no.
But it could be fun. I mean, I think you're going up against the Siren. Siren's always a good fight.
Dungeons, items, more miscellaneous. Where's the town on this wiki? Are you fucking kidding me? Does this wiki not have town listings? It has town events, but not town listings. Okay, here we go. I had to go to stress meter in order to find it. Cloister... Yeah, it's Penance Hall, you're right.
Wow. I'm glad we went on that fucking journey to figure that one out.
It was absolutely necessary. Also, sadly I have to break a meme because I'm bringing Kaboom Dragoon again, but I'm actually using...
Oh.
I'm using him as a... Well, I don't know if the person is a him or her in real life, but I'm using Kaboom Dragoon as... I'm using her as a different kind of build, because if you notice, aside from Veloxel, none of my team is technically rank 2 capable, except for Kaboom Dragoon. I'm trying out a new alternate build today.
Oh.
One I kind of just made up on the fly because I had no idea what I was going to do this video.
Neat.
Because let me put you into the mindset of me as a person. I'm very, as you can tell, I'm very much all about planning, getting everything ready, and then having a flawless execution. I like having a rigid structure. I like having everything go by the books. If something goes wrong, I fall into despair, and I never know what the fuck to do. And we kind of see this here because I'm just very unorganized. I'm like, what do I do? Do I do this? Fucking... No, this ain't right. What am I... No, this isn't right either.
This right here, Highwing. This is why you don't cut out the planning stages, because I'm enjoying this.
You're enjoying as I try to figure out what the hell I'm gonna do.
Yeah, just watching you flail about with rampant indecision. It's fun for me.
Good to hear. So, yeah, I'll be sure to limit that. I'll be sure to keep this in.
Good.
But I had kind of a realization here. I was like, Kaboom Dragoon is... Well, I say Kaboom Dragoon, but Plague Doctors in particular are interesting because even though they have really good accessories, they're not necessary to make them good. By default, a Plague Doctor is quite versatile. They're not going to replace the damage of a Hellion or a Leper, and they're not going to be as good a healer as the Occultist or Vestal. But they have a lot of really good tricks. Now, case in point, I've never used Disorienting Blast on a Plague Doctor as much as I do today. and I've never come to realize that there are a lot of tricks that you could do with Disorienting Blast that makes it a really good position ability.
Plus it clears corpses, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm. Because with Plague Doctors, I fall into the same trap as everybody else, as I'll see Flashbang, see that it's a double stun, and be like, oh, fucking, I'll use that, whatever. Get that shit in there.
A victim to this
But,
corruption.
with I don't know if I can call this like a committed build, but this build right here for Kaboom Dragoon is pretty solid. I'd like it if I had the Scalpel accessory, but
handsome reward.
We'll see that in this run. Kaboom Dragoon's a very capable combatant.
Ambushed by foul invention.
I don't know how many times I said "very" in that string of sentences.
I don't know.
Boy, doesn't this look familiar. I wonder what I should do. Whoops. Well, that didn't work.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, at least she doesn't get her turn at this point.
yeah. So here's the thing about, I gotta turn in this video, actually, 1 second. Here's the thing about Disorienting Blast. It stuns, and it shuffles. Now, the shuffle is what I like to do. Now, with a shuffle, the trick is what you're trying to do is you're trying to either get a front person in the back or a back person in the front. To wit, it's a lot riskier to use it on rank 2 or 3 because there's a lot more variance on where they could go. If you use it on a rank 4 person, it's almost guaranteed they will move up at least 1, putting them in position for various attacks. Conversely, if you do what I did and use it on a rank 3 target, there's a 33% chance? Yeah, 33% chance that it'll do what happened there and send it backwards, and I can't hit them.
Is it really a 33% chance?
Yeah, because it's only 3 positions. Or are you one of those math guys that says it's actually 33.33333?
Oh, fuck no, I don't do math.
But yeah, it doesn't. If you get the move proc off, they're not going to stay in place, so they only have 1 of 3 places they could go to. Now, much like XCOM, if it's a 33% chance to go wrong, it's a 100% chance to go wrong. Which is why when you use Disorienting Blast, you use it on either rank 1 or rank 4.
So why haven't you used it on the mushroom guy yet?
Because the mushroom guys aren't threatening. For whatever...
Yeah, I guess there's no mark in this scenario, so...
Technically there is. I believe stressful incantation causes mark, but not at the novice level.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Should probably do info post or something on...
Yeah, I gotta get back to that.
What, like attack riders, I guess?
Attack what now?
Well, I call them attack riders, just effects that stack on top of other attacks based on difficulty.
Oh, I see. I should do an info post detailing the upgrade to harder difficulties.
Yeah.
So yeah, for those that are just on YouTube and are smart enough not to pay $10 for an internet forum, good job, by the way.
It's really not worth it.
I have been really slacking on info posts lately. I got to, I finished the bosses and I just kind of fucking stopped, and I apologize to everybody on SA who's been expecting that. Now that the holidays are coming, I think I'll have a lot more time to do that. So I'll try to get more info posts going, but I don't know, I've just been kind of really fucking lazy lately. Mainly because I'm unemployed and I keep getting denied for jobs, and it's just like, yeah. It's just those situations of nothing's going right in my life and I just lose all motivation. But enough of the depressing crap. You don't watch this LP for my life, you watch it for Darkest Dungeon advice.
Supposedly.
Supposedly.
I mean, if you're here to let us talk about our lives, I mean, I guess we could turn this into a podcast at some point. But
if I'm gonna run a podcast, it's gonna be a committed podcast. But I don't know what the fuck to name it. But anyways, an interesting thing about Kaboom Dragoon's build, I put her in rank 2. I could technically keep her in rank 3.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossomed.
But the big issue with that is that actually, you know, it'd probably be better if I had kept Kaboom Dragoon in rank 3, because then I could put Vidate on rank 2 and he could be a finale spammer. I don't see. This is what I mean by when everything goes wrong, I fall into despair and don't know what to do, because in retrospect, I just now realize I'd be using Finale a lot more if I had switched Vidate and Dragoon. Because what I could do is, at the beginning of every fight, I could lunge for a little bit of damage, Finale the front row man, which will send Kaboom Dragoon up so she could finish things off. This is actually a really good team.
Do you ever use solo to move the Jester forward?
You could, yeah, but I don't really like that skill.
I mean, I've never really found a great use for it aside from moving up to hit him with a finale.
Yeah, it's mainly meant to give you the finale setup because, sure, it's a debuff that removes dodge and enemy damage. Damage chance, I gotta Google this, but as I'm Googling this, sure, it's a way to debuff enemies for certain things, but the debuff is like 80% by comparison because it hits everyone, so it's not gonna be guaranteed. And you know me, I don't like non-guarantees. That's why I prefer Dirk Stab, because it moves them forward and it does damage. Solo, everybody doesn't do any damage, accuracy 9%. Debuff is -10 accuracy, 90% chance. But it also gives your Jester 5 speed. I never noticed this.
Really?
Oh, this is interesting. As you go,
That must have been a recent change.
Yeah.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, basically it's meant to make your enemies not hit, but that +5 speed, that is very interesting, actually. See, this is why I have the Darkest Dungeon tab up at all times, because we're both a bunch of dudes that played during early access, and we're just like, wait, did that happen? When the fuck did that happen?
We are the equivalent of old men set in our ways at this point.
Old men ruling the world. Your application to FEMA has been finalized.
God, I should play that game again.
I know, I should too. I think the last time I played Deus Ex, I used crossbows only, and that was boring. I should do a Gep gun only.
That does sound boring.
I should do
a Gep gun run.
Yes.
I don't think there's enough ammo in the game to make that feasible, but go for it.
Yeah, this is a very strange camping session because everybody has stress removal and nobody's really stressed. Also, I like that gesture line. This is like, should I do a little dance, maybe? Fucking.
I really kind of want to see what the Jester origin comic is.
That would be pretty good, actually. So Red Hook, if
hey,
you're watching.
An ambush.
Oh no, everybody's in a bad position, especially the Jester.
Huh. I mean, really, the only one at disadvantage here is the Hellion.
Yeah. This was the realization when I was recording this that this team is pretty fucking good.
I mean, really, if you brought a Highwayman, this would be fucking perfect.
Yeah.
This would be a great fucking team.
Who would replace the Highwayman, though? Or who would the Highwayman replace, though?
The Hellion.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Obliterated.
Because
that way you would have you'd have a 3/4 shuffle team. Just leave the Vestal in the back row.
Yeah. Never thought of that. But yeah, it's amazing how versatile this team is. Like, Kaboom Dragoon got a kill, she can operate in any position. Jester got caught out of position, but he just fucking did a sick guitar riff. Also, when I was recording this, I was debating what path I should take, and I was just like, I should go this way, because if I don't, I'm gonna get yelled at by Chitlin.
I mean, I actually wouldn't yell at you for that. I mean, if you can avoid 3 fights, you avoid 3 fights. That's just what you do.
Back to the pit.
You say that, but I feel like if I had taken the alternate route, you'd be like, but that's 3 treasures that you could be getting.
I mean, on the other hand, there is that, and I probably would. I actually probably would have said that.
See, we've done this LP so long that I'm starting to predict you, and it's getting scary. Sad part is we're probably only we're getting to halfway through the LP now that I think about it. Cause I want to make this I kill every boss before I go to the darkest dungeon. Whoops. Silly me thinking I should stun a rank 3 target.
Yeah.
Like, I've come to realize how good this build is, but I've never done it before, so I'm just like, what if I do this? Oh right, math. I've also come to realize I never use a bleed out with Veloxel. Bleed out is such a weird skill in that sure it does 15% extra damage, but with the adrenaline system it's not worth it.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Yeah.
It would be nice if it was like plus 50 damage, because then it would be worth risking the debuff to your dodge and damage. But at this point, bleed out is just kind of a shit.
Yeah, and it really only hits rank 1.
Annihilated.
So I mean, I really only use bleed out on like high protection enemies.
I don't even use bleed out for that. I use if it bleeds, even though it does less damage. It's still a better bleed chance.
Eh.
Well, I shouldn't say better bleed chance. I should say it's a better range of bleed capacity. Because with bleed out, you're just bleeding to rank 1. Big fucking whoop. But with if it bleeds, you could bleed to rank 2 or 3, and having a good damage source on rank 3, almost priceless.
I mean, if it bleeds is really, really good. I mean, even though it doesn't do 100 damage like it did in early access.
Let me get another beer. Because I really fucking like that skill in early access.
Mm-hmm. Gotta pour one out for if it bleeds.
I've already done that, but now I gotta pour out another one.
I mean, you're just wasting drink at this point.
Yeah. Also, a skill I rarely use because for some odd reason, I don't like using Kaboom Dragoon as pure support. But
I also thought you were gonna stop with I don't like using Kaboom Dragoon.
No. Plague Doctor is such a weird dimension of it has a lot of really good abilities, but I just feel like I'd rather use X, which is a bad thing to think about because Emboldening Vapors is really good. Just plus 25 percent damage and 3 speed on demand. Fucking wonderful. I should be using that more.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled.
Yeah, Plague Doctor's a hell of a lot more than just her 2 DOT skills.
But those are 2 really good DOT skills.
They really are, but wow, that's what a fight.
1 second.
One falls.
Spiders.
Be gone, fiend.
Go figure. Fucking, they're calling them instantly hang up.
Good.
This is my LP curse. I can never get like a moment's peace when I record commentary. Everybody else talks about real life interfering or the computer exploding or the game breaks. Me, I'm just like, oh, the phone's ringing. Nothing happens. Whatever. But yeah, I never really talk about it, but Plague Doctors are really good. Possibly one of the top tier classes because of their ability to remove heavy DOTs and cause heavy stuns. But I'm also just like, I want to use an Arbalest, or I want to use an Occultist, and then the Plague Doctor just kind of sits in the corner, sad. So don't be like me, kids. Give the Plague Doctor a chance. They're really good.
Fucking dog stack.
Yeah, dog stack.
Executed with
I mean, it's not like a super threatening enemy composition, it's just annoying.
Yeah, because it's especially bad in this situation because dogs are fast. However, they're surprised. And now that every enemy turns, I'm gonna be hit by dogs 6 times.
Yep.
How quickly the time
I mean, I don't want to criticize, but well, I mean I kind of do, but you could have eliminated 2 dogs instead of 1.
I could have
focus fired your damage.
Well, I was planning to, but Vidate missed his Dirk stab.
Oh, okay.
That was the frustrating part.
Hmm.
And then, yeah, see, dogs have really high dodge, and then that happens, and it makes me sad. That's why dog stack is the absolute fucking worst.
Well, I mean, the fish stack still exists, so I can't
Yeah.
back you up on that one.
Yeah, it's a tie between dog stack and fish stack. Fish stack wins, though.
Mm-hmm. On account of fish stack being actually dangerous.
Yeah. It's kind of funny because, back on the note of, viewers laughing at their characters, I was laughing pretty hard at how Kaboom Dragoon was just like, well, they're sending me to the dungeon to die. I'm not going to tell them about the antidote.
Or is it merely
Now I'm just imagining Kaboom Dragoon is just giving people steroids, just like, here, sniff this. Don't worry about your heart exploding. What do I want to get rid of?
Citrine.
Yes.
That should have even been a decision to make.
Easiest decision to make.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, we've turned Kaboom Dragoon's character into like a really weird gag. It's like they never use, and then the moment we use him, we realize he's a sadist. He's also really good at combat, which is baffling why we never use him. Also, dog stack?
Oh.
When I was recording this, I was like, oh no, you're back.
It's okay, it's a novice dungeon.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, he can't fuck you up that much.
We also have a Jester, so the stress damage isn't sticky.
That is true.
Yeah, I remember when I started this LP, I was thinking, man, how am I gonna make Jesters useful? They don't really do much aside from that, and now I'm realizing, man, I kinda need a Jester every time I go on a dungeon, don't I?
I mean, just on like a game design perspective, I'm kind of impressed how Red Hook managed to take like 15 character classes and make them all useful in some way.
Yeah, it's really good design. I don't know who the actual game designer is on Red Hook because really the only vocal people are Barasa and I think one other person, but I can't remember their name.
Tyler Sigmund, I think.
Yeah, but whoever did the balancing did a really good job because nobody ever feels redundant.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, that wasn't always the case back in the day when
right
in the meat grinder life, but the final product is really well done.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
surprisingly well balanced for how much is going on.
let me take a look at my, I'm trying to remember, oh yeah, in, this is gonna be a apples and oranges example, but fuck it anyways. The, Star Ocean series has this issue, because both in Star Ocean 2 and Star Ocean 3, I could think of characters I never use. In Star Ocean 2, I never used the guy with the whip, I never used the gal with the robot arms, and I very rarely used the doctor guy, because they were damage dealers that were outshined by the 2 main characters. In Star Ocean 4, you have a little midget goblin thing, and then you have a shirtless samurai. Both are support characters that are outshined by one good support character. In this game, every character has a use. Like, nobody else in the game can match Kaboom Dragoon's capacity to stun, buff damage, and remove bleed. Nobody else can match, well, there's a tie between who's good at healing, because the Vestal is consistent healing, the Occultist is good healing. But no one else has that capacity. Granted,
But the Occultist is also, I feel, a lot more versatile in non-healing roles.
yeah, the Occultist is this game's mage by merit of he casts actual magic, but it's meant to be a support role.
triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying
He can be a
fall.
pretty damn good damage dealer, as we've seen as we've seen in this fucking LPs, but
yeah, you never feel like anyone's redundant. I never feel like, oh, I'm not gonna take the leper because I have X. I feel like I want to take the leper, but damn it, I don't know if he's gonna be good here. Like, you want to use everybody, which is really good. Even the Abomination with his debuffs is just like, man, I like using the Abomination. He is a fun and unique. Wow, that was the worst roll I've ever seen in my life. What was I saying?
The Abomination's good. Yeah,
the Abomination is good and interesting, and I'm quite frankly stunned that a backer designed this class, because I was expecting something, You ever go on DeviantArt and see all those OCs of really edgy characters with, like, 8 katanas and 3 different kind of, like, animal wings?
I can't say I have.
Well, good, because your sanity's still preserved. But I was expecting that when I saw backer supported role, but the Abomination's kind of in that overly grimdark thing a little bit, but from gameplay, it's really good. Like, I didn't think a shapeshifter would be that fun to play.
I can't really say the Abomination's any more edgy or grimdark than every other aspect of this fucking game.
Yeah, that's true. I'll give you that.
Because, like, the reason I still enjoy Lovecraft, even though I'm not 15 anymore, is because of how over the top and edgy he tries to be.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's a wonderful aspect. I mean, I may have enjoyed that aspect when I was 15, but I enjoyed the game for the same reason I enjoy reading Lovecraft's writings nowadays.
It's
just because it is completely over the top and stupid, and I love it.
Yeah, and that's why you're gonna LP Ride to Hell Retribution.
No, that's actually a good game.
What, are you saying this ain't a good game? With how I got fucking owned by RNG?
I'm saying I have a lot more fun every time I play Ride to Hell than I do with Darkest Dungeon.
Oh, man. This is a weird commentary, this episode. We've come to realize that Kaboom Dragoon is a sadist. We've come to realize that our gameplay tastes are weird.
I mean, I'm still hung up on why you won't use the lady with the robot arms in Star Ocean 3 or whatever. I mean, she seems like the best character just from that description.
Well, the thing is, Star Ocean is a JRPG and ergo anime as hell, to wit that robot arm girl is 10 years old.
Oh. Fuck.
And the game has voice acting.
Oh. This game sounds awful.
And then when the game has voice acting in combat, when they only have 1 line per attack and the AI has a propensity of spamming a attack, you get a situation where a doctor keeps saying something like explosion pills every other second.
That actually would be my catchphrase if I was a JRPG character.
Yeah, that's probably a bad example, because explosions pills is a good ability, and funny as hell to hear explosion pills, explosion pills, explosion pills.
I mean, it sounds like a good thing to say.
But, Star Ocean 2 has really bad voice acting outside of that.
Oh.
And the 10-year-old is the fucking example, and that's why I don't use her.
Is that a PS2 era JRPG?
PlayStation 1.
Oh God!
It was also my first PlayStation game, so I still have a fond memory of it. But I'm also easy to recognize that, yeah, some of the elements of the game are really shitty.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious
I can't tell you how many times I've heard the phrase "pair into peaches."
What does that even mean?
It's supposed to be a different line, but the voice acting is so bad you hear "pair into peaches." I can't wait to hear all the comments on YouTube and Something Awful that also agree with me that, wow, Star Ocean 2 had bad voice acting.
Paths and roads bring soldiers and supplies.
Also, we never talked about this, but the reward for this was a protection accessory for the Abomination.
Way to try and save that one, Lang.
No, it's not. It's not saving face so much as I forgot that we actually did this quest for a reason. Oh yeah, by the way, the game crashed again.
Wow, what the fuck?
I don't know. It was really fucking weird. Maybe I think my recording settings for OBS were fucked, but next time in Darkest Dungeon, I guess I'll fight the Siren since Chitlin's been fucking asking for it.
Yeah, I guess I'll make progress.
See you folks next time.